Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. I was sent this story. It was actually just a verdict just happened, and it is crazy. It's out of Long Island, and you guys know I'm always interested in cases from New York, especially on Long Island. This is Jennifer Nelson. She's 35 years old. She lives in Shirley in Suffolk County. Also, we just had covered the Thomas Valva case out of Long Island recently. She was accused of running over a 15-year-old boy with her car twice to avenge her son who was bullied. Okay? So she allegedly ran over a 15-year-old child, a boy, with her car because her son was being bullied. That already is like, wow, okay? That's just, there's responses as a parent that are acceptable, but running over a child with your car or any person with your car to avenge being bullied is not one of them. So she was charged earlier, actually late last year. It happened in October of last year. She was charged with attempted murder for allegedly slamming her car into the teen in the parking lot of a Manhattan bagel shop. And then, of course, she ran him over twice. She says by accident, because, you know, you run somebody over twice by accident, because she had bullied, because she believed that he had bullied and robbed her son earlier, and she was avenging him. So I guess she's like the Punisher. I've seen her referred to as Mad Max online, but I don't know. I feel like it's like sort of like the Punisher, except the Punisher usually goes after bad people, like other murderers and other sort of stuff. And there's a certain point when, you know, it's too far. What's shocking is she was acquitted this week of this crime. But again, I just want to explain the whole crime here. She then tried to trade in her at the time her leased 2020 Honda Passport for a different model to throw cops off her trail, according to prosecutors. Because that's the act of someone who accidentally runs over someone twice in a parking lot of a bagel store. I mean, come on, guys. That is crazy. Again, she's 35 years old, and she was attacking a 15-year-old. Suffolk County District Attorney Raymond Tierney stated when she was indicted that she thought she could take the law into her own hands and kill a 15-year-old in the process. So I guess she thought that was no big deal. The prosecutor continued, and he stated the defendant's incredibly misguided attempt to avenge the alleged victimization of her own child is no excuse. Because citizens can't take the law into their own hands and should instead work with law enforcement and my office, he stated, to seek justice in every case. And I completely agree with him on that. So apparently later on, after this alleged running over, which this kid is ended up in the hospital, 2 teenagers were later arrested on the alleged robbery of Jennifer Nelson's son, but the victim in the hit and run was not one of them. Not only did she hit and run this 15-year-old, he seemingly wasn't even one of the kids who went after her son. I mean, come on. According to prosecutors, an enraged Nelson had driven her car into the parking lot of a Dunkin' Donuts across the street from William Floyd High School in Massac Beach back on October 7th and confronted a group of teenagers while wielding a knife and a small bat. So her raging Mad Maxiness or what have you is just, there's no end to it, you know? The 15-year-old boy walked away, and that's when he went into the bagel shop, and she decided to get back into her car and follow that particular kid. So I guess she figured he must be guilty because he decided to walk away and not want to confront this crazy adult woman with weapons. Because, yeah, I'd be walking away too. I might be running away. So she slammed into this 15-year-old child and knocked him to the ground. And then she proceeded to run him over again up into the curb. And then she basically fled the scene. Now, the 15-year-old suffered multiple fractures to his pelvis, 6 fractured ribs, a punctured lung, and numerous bruises and abrasions, according to the DA's office. So, all this is crazy, and obviously, you know, her defense is saying that, well, you know, she was trying to, you know, avenge her son, and she was trying to make sure her son was okay. And I agree to a certain point that if she wants to speak with these boys, maybe, but like the DA said, you need to reach out to the authorities to take care of that. What's shocking is what happened this week when she was acquitted. I just can't believe she wasn't found guilty, this kid, of attempted murder.
Not guilty on attempted murder, not guilty on assault, but guilty of leaving the scene of an accident with serious injuries.
What went through your head when you heard those words? Not guilty, not once, but twice.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm just happy with the outcome.
Yeah, she's happy because she basically got away with attempted murder. What the hell is wrong with this jury? Whereas these juries have done amazing things in so many cases. My mind is blown on this case. She just was charged with fleeing the scene. I just don't. My mind it just exploded when I read this story.
Jennifer Nelson, the Shirley mother charged with intentionally running over a 15-year-old student near William Floyd High School close to a year ago.
I did feel relief because this has been a lot. You know, I mean, my son, just everybody involved. It's been a lot.
It was October 7, 2022, when Nelson rushed to her teenage son, who she believed had been bullied. Prosecutors alleged Nelson drove through a parking lot and hit 15-year-old Jonathan Gamez, then backed up and pinned the boy under her tires a second time.
We're super thankful that the jury listened to everything, and they knew that she had no violent intentions in this case.
She had no violent intentions in this case? What? She ran over a 15-year-old. Now, this blonde attorney, I read that this is actually now a public defender. She had another attorney that she could no longer afford. So this is actually her second attorney, just as a side note. But the jury, I'm glad the jury listened to us, and I'm glad they understood she had no violent tendencies. What the hell? I think you're pretty violent when you're running somebody over with your car. And not just once, but twice, and you ran him over with your tires. I mean, like I said, my mind is blown.
36-year-old says she had been counseled by her attorney not to react when the verdicts were read in court, but she admits her heart was pounding.
I was checking my watch as it was telling me that my heart rate was like over 130.
Nelson could still face up to 3 years in prison on the guilty verdict of leaving the scene, but her attorney hopes for leniency.
It's a nonviolent felony, and given the fact that she has no criminal record, the judge, in his discretion, could sentence her to probation.
Suffolk County District Attorney Raymond Tierney, in a statement, said, quote, "We respect the jury's verdict and are gratified that they found the defendant criminally liable for her unconscionable treatment of the victim."
Sentencing is set for December 4th. Steve Langford for Newsday.
I'm furious. Not only with the gall of her defense attorney, again, I just can't get over. She's not a violent person. The hell she isn't. I don't know what happened with this jury. It's like we usually have really great jurors, and you know, our justice system normally works very, very well. Okay? I mean, it's really the only system we have, but I'm just so shocked that she was only found guilty of leaving the scene of a accident. Quote. I'm sorry. No. Again, this just blows my mind, you guys. And I'm really glad that I heard about this case. A lot of these cases out of Long Island, obviously the Gilco murders is a huge one, but a lot of these are, like some of the other states, they're not huge, you know, out of New York and what have you. But, I mean, you know, you have to wonder sometimes, you know, this to me is a time when our justice system didn't work well, you know, and, you know, and of course she's also wearing a cross there. I was like, oh yeah, she's... The only thing I can really hope, to be honest with you, is, you know, that she, I guess, she learns and hopefully gets some anger management. And that would be actually something that would be really good for the judge to order. I don't know if that's going to happen, but she may not have a past, but obviously she's got anger issues, and unless something changes, gosh, the next time someone messes with her kid, they really might end up dead. There's just no excuse for that. There really, really isn't. And yeah. But let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments. And with that said, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.